I'm Dr. Chidanand, Associate Professor of Sociology, working in Shikab ARS, Inamdar Women's College, Vijaypura. I'm speaking remedial measures of female foeticides. In the previous video discussion, I spoke about meaning, causes of female foeticide, and its effects. My dear friends and students, hope you all know about meaning, causes of female foeticide and its effects. Now I will discuss most important part of this unit, that is remedial measures of female foeticide. The government of India has been introducing every moment and again laws and measures to control violence against women which are taking place in the form of dowry harassment, rapes and fetus killing. However, their laws and measures are not strictly implemented. One of the common problems of the country, besides such incident like female foeticide, is also common in countries like America, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Africa, China, and other countries. To control and eradicate the act of female foeticide, Indian government has brought into compel number of remedial measures through laws. According to legal action to control foeticide, the government of India has brought into force confident lawmaking actions earlier than freedom. Comparable measures are also introduced in India. According to Indian Penal Code 1860, Section 312, 313, 314 and 316, punishable for the act of abortion. These laws are approved to manage unlawful abortion and female foeticide, but the way unsuccessful to realize the law because of vague expression. Between 1971 to 1998, to control of abortion, the government banned pregnancy testing through urine and the misuse of the law. In the 1974, All India Institute of Medical Sciences realized that the terrible consequences of female foeticide and contributed its suggestions to the government to control fetus killing. Again in 1978, government disqualified pregnancy test in hospitals, pathology centers. In 1979, the Punjab government introduced central rules and regulations of pregnancy test before the delivery. Similarly, in 1988, the Maharashtra government is also introduced strict rules concerning pregnancy test, but there were a few lacunas. The government of India, realizing the misuse of pregnancy test, brought into force Confident Acts in the year 1994-2003. That is the form of preconception and prenatal diagnostic tests, that is PCPNDT, in order to prohibit the detection of gender of the fetus. However, this law was implemented as PCPNDT Act of 1996 and implemented from the same year of January 1st. Even this act had number of lacunas. Then Supreme Court brought into certain amendments and implemented Act on 14th February 2003. Important factors of PCPNDT Act. The amended PCPNDT Act was brought into force from 14th February 2003, mentioning the system responsibilities and punishments for PCPNDT, unlawful practice, also authorization for PNDT under unavoidable circumstances. However, there were modifications and corrections made from time to time in which measures were recommended, such as ultrasound sonography detection of gender was allowable after a certain period of pregnancy for the birth of healthy child. However, it was again misused because in many of the ultrasound centers illegal gender test was made. In further amendment, it was permissible through ultrasound scannings any kind of leukemia or improper birth of the fetus, certainty of chromosomes, or any other kind of problems with the fetus to avoid the birth of unhealthy child. Later, in further amendment, facilities were provided in clinics and scanning centers under a clause. According to PNDT Act, it is punishable of doctors who make known gender of the fetus and support for feticide, which is strictly prohibited. They have to guide couples against feticides. No advertisement must be hanged on the wall which support fetus killing. On the other, advertisement must be hanged at prohibition of feticides. Any doctors for an expert in ultrasound scanning who support gender detection of the fetus will have to face imprisonment for nearly 3 months and also penalty. If a pregnant woman going through ultrasound scanning finds that fetus is unhealthy, handicapped, or of improper growth, organs is permissible for feticides or abortion from the authorized doctors or clinical centers only with consent of mother and father. Though PNDT Act has been implemented since 1994 to 1996, which prohibits gender detection, still there are clinics and health centers which are misused to detect the gender of the fetus. And if it is female, then it is eliminated. From the year 2003, it has been suited that the terms and the punishment according to Act are to be disclosed in hospitals and clinics prohibiting gender test. From the 14th February 2003, certain terms and conditions were amended. PCPNDT Act was implemented, such as Gender Act was implemented, such as test was prohibited and illegal to have selective births. Under predictable situation to avoid ill health problems, ultrasound scanning was permissible. Ultrasound scanning permitted only authorized clinical centers only after remitting fixed fees. PCP&ET tests were to be done only in authorized hospitals, clinical centers, primary health centers by remitting fees fixed by the government to seek permission, and these centers have to maintain complete record of the patient coming for scanning. Advertisements, propaganda, gender test prevention must be disclosed and must be strictly practiced. These centers licensed by the government should preserve the record of the patients, or else the authority of the clinics, health centers would face imprisonment for 3 years and a penalty of 10,000 to 50,000. If the law is intentionally misused, the penalty is more than 1 lakh. PNDT test is illegal and punishable according to the law. Authorized doctors who practice illegal acts will be punishable for 5 years of imprisonment and a penalty of more than 50,000. Anyone who finds performing unlawful acts can immediately lodge a case to district health officers, district administrators, Women and Child Welfare Department, Karnataka State Women Health Department, in any other department to control foeticide, and particularly female foeticide. Now again, the central and state government of India have been bringing in force new laws to control foeticide, but still, because of the licensed ultrasound centers, primary health centers are misusing technology and supporting the female foeticide and fetus killing. However, day by day, gender detection and foeticide is ever increasing. The state government, in particular, to implementing PCP and steps have taken certain strict measures by applying and publicity in hospitals to mothers, doctors, and put into practice act strictly to save the life of the women and make this PCP successful. There must be a lot of advertisement between the people and the whole society. At they have been ineffective in controlling the act. It can be restricted in two ways: the government programs and awareness programs. In government programs, the government has introduced programs to control female foeticide like Medilu programs, free awareness facilities for delivered mothers, and many other programs from the department, from the government. Some suggestions by experts are certain awareness programs like the creating awareness among the people, like women should be treated equal at home. To fight against violence on women, a complaint must be registered in the concerned office. The police department, government, and should support to react to women's sufferings. The approach of man towards the women should change. Sir, center and the particularly central and state government should strictly implement PNDT law as per the Supreme Court order of 13 March 2013. The attitude of the people looking at women with contempt should change. Women should resolve themselves to fight against violence on them. Women should be given high level education. Registration of private hospitals should be made obligatory in district health and family welfare departments. Awareness programs regarding the effect of female foeticide must be organized both at home and working places. Dowry should be totally abolished. The attitude of having only male child should be changed, and the importance of the girl child must be explained. Anyone who detects the gender of the fetus must be punished strictly under PCE PNDT with 3 years of imprisonment and 50,000 penalty. Through NGOs, awareness programs must be organized and a revolt must be created regarding worst effect of female foeticide. Hence, it is possible to bring control over the female foeticide. Thank you.